A pleasant day to each and everyone. In this video presentation, we will be discussing about physical disorder and health psychology. So I am the first presenter. My name is Bai Hamida Matanog, together with Mr. Makabalang, Mr. Sangeban, and Miss Ameragyamel. So let's start. Physical disorder. So meron akong two assumptions dyan na nilagay, which is can cause psychological symptoms different from conversion disorders. But before that, alamin muna natin kung ano yung conversion disorder. So conversion disorder is a condition in which a person experiences physical and sensory problems. So bakit kaya yung psychological condition natin na aapektuhan yung physical disorder natin? So it is because our bodies and mind are not separate. So it's not surprising no kapag yung mental health or psychological natin can affect our body. Depression can come with headaches, and anxiety can create an upset stomach, for example. Yung mga other symptoms naman niya can include insomnia and yung pagkakaroon ng difficulty concentrating. Yun yung nagiging epekto ng psychological condition sa physical disorder natin. And ang pagkakaroon ng poor mental health or yung sinasabi nating psychological problem is a risk factor for chronic physical conditions. So, later on, pag-uusapin natin yung chronic physical conditions. People with serious mental health conditions are at high risk of experiencing chronic physical conditions. And yung mga taong may chronic physical conditions ay nasa risk of developing poor mental health sila. The enormous success of our healthcare system in reducing mortality from diseases has revealed a more complex and challenging problem. Sa ngayon, at present, according dito sa major contributing factor to illness and death in this country are psychological and behavioral. Diabetes, cardiovascular disorder, and the disorder of the immune system such as acquired immune deficiency syndrome or yung tinatawag nating AIDS. These are clearly physical disorder. This will be tackled by Mr. Makabalang. So, pag yung physical symptoms natin nagko-cause or made worse by our mental state o yung psychological natin, yan yung tinatawag nating psychosomatic. Many people believe that psychosomatic ay hindi totoo, but they are in fact very real symptoms that have a psychological cause. Inuulit ko, pag yung physical symptoms natin ay nagko-cause or nag-made worse by your mental state o yung psychological natin, it's called psychosomatic. Proceed tayo sa psychological approaches to health disease. Health and health-related behavior. Behavioral science applied to prevention, diagnosis, treatment. While sa health psychology, subfield of behavioral medicine, psychological factors that are important to the promotion, maintenance of health. So, two closely related new field study have developed. First is yan yung tinatawag nating behavioral science or behavioral medicine, which is derived from behavioral science applied to the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of medical problems. Yan yung mga nakapaloob sa kanya. This is an interdisciplinary field which is psychologists, physicians, and other health professionals work closely together to develop new treatments and preventive strategies. When we say interdisciplinary, ibig sabihin involving two or more areas of knowledge. Sa second field naman, which is yung health psychology, is not interdisciplinary, not like a behavioral medicine. Dito, hindi siya interdisciplinary and it is usually considered a subfield of behavioral medicine. Practitioners study psychological factors that are important to the promotion and maintenance of health. They also analyze and recommend improvements in healthcare system and health policy formulation within the discipline of psychology. So dito naman sa behaviors which is lead to or prevent disease. So dito, sa psychological and social factors influence health and physical problems in two distinct ways. So una is kapag naapektuhan yung biological problems nila is maaari silang mag-lead sa illness and disease. Pangalawa is yung long-standing behavior patterns may put people at risk to develop certain physical disorder. So, i-consider natin yung example of genital herpes. So, ano nga ba ang genital herpes? Genital herpes is sexually transmitted infection o mas tinatawag nating STI. There's a chance na o someone you know has genital herpes pero hindi nila sinasabi sa'yo, it is because it's not difficult to understand kung bakit. Kasi ang genital herpes is an incurable sexually transmitted infections. And according dito sa disease na to which is genital herpes, mas concentrated niya yung mga young adults. Kumbaga, most commonly, ang pinaka-main concentrated nito, according dito, is yung mga young adults. The percentage in that group is much higher. Although yung genital herpes is biological disease, it spreads rapidly because people choose not to reduce their risk by changing their behavior, such as by simply using a condom. So, grabe, no? Grabe yung psychological effect ng ganitong klase ng scenario. So, i-consider din natin yung pagkakaroon ng tragic example of AIDS, which is AIDS is a disease of the immune system that is directly affected by stress. So, ang stress may promote the deadly progression ng AIDS na yon. This is an example of how psychological factors may directly influence biological process. So, grabe yung impact, no? And dito naman, we also know that a variety of things we may choose to do put us at risk for AIDS. For example, having unprotected sex or sharing dirty needles, yung pagkakaroon ng sex kung kani-kanino. Because there is no medical cure for AIDS. Yes. Yet, our best weapon is large-scale behavior modification to prevent accusation of the disease. So, yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na long-standing behaviors pattern. Proceed tayo sa prevention and risk. Risky behaviors can lead to disease. Stigma, guilt, shame, behaviors can make things better, worse. Diabetes, diet, exercise can work against you. So, isa sa mga chronic disease ang diabetes. So, paano kaya yung behavioral risk factor is nakaka-affect siya sa health natin? Itong factor na to can include lack of exercise and poor nutrition and excessive alcohol use. Yung behavioral risk factors natin is parang sila yung nagiging key influences natin na maaaring mag-contribute sa pag-develop ng chronic disease. Yan yung sinasabi kanina which is yung diabetes. Such as diabetes, yun nga, heart disease, and cancers. So, ito yung nagiging risk factors ng behavior natin sa health natin. So, yung psychological factors influence not just the experience of health and illnesses, but also health behaviors. This influence can be reactive, no, yung mga psychological factors influence. That can be reactive. Like for example, drinking due to stress. No, kapag nai-stress ka, syempre, parang nag-iiba yung may iba-iba kasi kanya tayong to cope up with that stress. And according dito, risky behaviors can lead to disease which is yung key point niya is stigma, guilt, and shame. In general diet, physical activity can lead to long-term consequences. Ang pagkakaroon ng long-term condition is maaring mag-lead sa social isolation, low self-esteem, stigma yung nabanggit ko kanina, and discrimination. You may feel stressed, worried, frustrated, especially when dealing with it. So, the nature of stress. Dito tayo sa phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So, dito naman, the first phase is a type of alarm response to immediate danger or threat. With continuing stress, we seem to pass into a stage of resistance, which is yung phase 2, in which we mobilize various coping mechanisms to respond to the stress. Finally, if the stress is too intense or lasts too long, we may enter a stage of exhaustion in which our body suffer permanent damage or death. Celia called their sequence the General Adaptation Syndrome or yung GAS. Proceed tayo sa similarities, which is yung stress, anxiety, depression, excitement, sense of control. Can you cope with upcoming threat or challenge? So actually, ito sila yung similarities sa physiology. Later on, pag-uusapan natin yon. So if something really is strengthening and you believe there is little you can do about it, you may feel anxiety. So there is similarity. So proceed tayo sa physiology. So physiology, heartbeat rapid, bursts of energy, jump is stomach, excitement is pleasurable, attribution, challenge or task certain circumstances would be fine, tension, irritability, headache, upset stomach. So consider how you feel. Kung ano yung mararamdaman mo kapag ikaw ay excited. Siyempre, you might experience a rapid heartbeat, a sudden burst of energy, or a jumpy stomach. Pag na-excite tayo, ganun yung mga nararamdaman natin. But if you're well prepared for the challenge, kapag ikaw naman ay preparado sa challenge, like for example, if you're an athlete for the game and confident in your abilities, or a musician, sure you are going to give an outstanding performance. Syempre, you have that confidence. This feeling of excitement can be pleasurable. Sometimes when you face a challenging task, you feel you could handle it. Yun ay pagka meron kang time. Pero, but dahil sa you don't have these resources, mape-pressure ka pag wala kang oras. In response, you may work harder to do better and be alright in the end. Parang nag-work hard ka para ma-meet mo yung expectation mo. If you are under too much pressure, you may become tense. Natetense ka, of course, and naiirritable ka or develop a hard headache or an upset stomach. This is what stress feels like. Stress versus anxiety versus depression. Sense of control. Can you tell the difference among feelings of stress, anxiety, and depression? These four states have a lot in common. Which one you experience may depend on your sense of control at the moment or how well you think you can cope with threat or challenge you are facing. Sa anxiety, your mind races. Pag nagkaka-anxiety ka, 'di ba? Sometimes anxiety can give you energy to get things done, but anxiety on the other hand can get out of control and make you feel afraid for no reason. Yun yung madalas, yung out of control ka. While sa stress naman, kailangan mo pa mag-exert ng effort so that makontrol mo yung stress na yun. Like for example, kailangan mo mag-exercise, i-relax yung muscle mo, mag-breathing ka, take a break. Pag hindi natin makontrol yung stress, nagli-lead to sa many problems such as high blood pressure, heart disease, obesity, and diabetes. There is no cure for depression, but there are lots of effective treatments. Depression drains your energy, hope, and drive, making it difficult to take the steps that will you feel better. Kasi naman, our sense of control and confidence that we can cope with stress or challenge. Dito naman refers to an individual's belief in his or her capacity to execute behaviors. Dito nasisense mo yung control mo and confidence to deal with challenges we face is believing in self-efficacy. That's exactly how self-efficacy works. This is more than confidence as it helps a person in adversity.